everyone, welcome back to my channel and happy Tuesday. Today's tutorial is going to be a little bit different than what we normally do, but today I'm going to show you how I created this awesome 3D skeleton porch leaner. Alright, let's go. Okay, so I went ahead and I purchased two dog-eared single fence pickets from Home Depot. They were about $3.50 a piece. This is more of the cost-efficient way to make these type of signs. So I went ahead and took my sander and I went around and sanded the top, sides, and the bottom of my boards just to make sure that they were nice and smooth, and I got off any little pieces that were chipping. I went ahead and I cut off about 11 inches off the bottom to make these signs 5 feet. And I'm going to go ahead and use those bottoms that I'm cutting off, and I'm going to attach them to the back of the sign so I can stabilize and attach these two boards. I went ahead and I sanded those edges again from where we made those two cuts. You can do that, cut it first, then do all your sanding. I kind of did it opposite, but like I said, whatever way works for you, this is kind of how I did it. So I went ahead and made sure I sanded those down so they were nice and smooth, so there wasn't going to be any splinters. Once those are sanded, I go ahead and place my boards side by side, make sure they're nice and lined up and flush as even as possible. And I'm going to go ahead and I put those brackets, one at the top and one at the bottom, about 4 inches from the bottom and about 4 inches from the top. I'm using Gorilla Glue expanding glue, TITE Bond 2 premium wood glue. I use both of these as kind of like a concoction to make sure that this really holds my boards into place. I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit of both of those glue, and then I'm going to use my awesome clamps that I purchased from Harbor Freight, and I'm going to clamp those down and I let them dry for a few hours while I work on the next part of my sign. Okay, I created my skeleton sign design in my Silhouette software, and then I brought it over into the Glowforge app. If you're unaware of what a Glowforge is, it is a laser engraving cutting machine. This thing is amazing and so much fun. I will go ahead and put a link to the Glowforge website and with my affiliate link to possibly save you some money on your machine if you decide to get one. And you can also browse and kind of check out and see how awesome this Glowforge really is. I went ahead and cut this all out in MDF. Once it was done, I went ahead and laid out my pieces onto the picket fencing just to see where the layout was going to be, how I wanted it, so on and so forth. Once I had it laid out and I found out how I wanted it, I went ahead and I started prepping and painting the pieces. I went in with Rust-Oleum Gloss Real Orange and I spray painted the welcome words. I went ahead and did those with 2 coats. I do apologize, I lost the first part of the footage, so I showed it again doing the second. Went ahead, let those dry. I went in with Rust-Oleum flat white spray paint, gave these a few coatings of this white spray paint, making sure you're doing light, thin layers so you don't get any pooling or any drips. Once I had those coated a few times, I let those dry for a little while, for at least an hour before I went ahead and started touching them. I went ahead and used MINWAX JACOBEAN stain to stain my picket fencing. I made sure I got the front, back, sides, and bottoms of my board to make sure that they were weatherproof. Here is the can that I used. Once that was dry, I went ahead and applied all my pieces to the board, laying them out before I went ahead and I glued them down. Once he was glued down, he was all done. Guys, I was so happy when he was done. He is so cute and so much fun. I'm so glad I was able to bring my vision to life in this cute, awesome porch leaner sign. I cannot wait to put him on my porch. If you guys love this tutorial, make sure you follow, like, and subscribe for all of our videos coming in the future. As always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.